Hey, it's Rob from the Bobsphere, and we've got another book review. This is Paul Murray, The Bee Sting. Now, a few years ago, actually, I think it was 2015, maybe, I read his second novel, Skippy Dies, and I hated it. In fact, I was on vacation in London, and when I finished the book, it was the only book I took with me, in fact. And when I finished it, which was actually the last day of my vacation, I just left it behind in the house I was staying at the time. That proves how much I cared for that book. Couldn't stand it. I always keep my mind's always a tabula rasa with every book, so I don't judge by the past works. Thankfully, it works for me usually. The Bee Sting is a very good book. It's excellent. I really enjoyed it. So, what's it about? It's a family saga. There's a family called the Barnes, and they are all in trouble in some way or another. The father, Dickie, his business is suffering from a recession. His wife, Imelda, is not sure that she loves Dickie anymore. Their children, Cass and PJ, have their problems as well. Cass has a sort of toxic friendship with a girl, and she thinks she loves her. She's not sure. And PJ kind of is one of those guys who finds himself in the wrong situation at the wrong time. But the thing is, it's told in a non-chronological way. The closure, there's certain actions, and they're done through flashbacks. I'm trying my hardest not to spoil, and it is difficult with this type of book because there's a ton of detail. And if I just talk about one instance, I'm going to have to expand on more and more and more. It's a really complex book. It's very labyrinthine in its structure and writing. But okay, it's not in chronological order. There are flashbacks, and these flashbacks reveal a trait of a character and why they're in the particular situation they are in today. I'm trying to give a small example. Okay, so I won't call it spoiler territory, but let's take Imelda's marriage to Dickie. There's a reason behind it, and through a flashback, we understand that reason. There, I'm going to keep it at that. One thing I like about the book is that things are not as they seem. This titular bee sting has a role to play, but not. The book plays between reality and illusion. For example, a character may say that he is hit by a bus, but then through the flashback, we see the real reason behind their accident. Like that. That's how that happens a lot in the book. Also, there are many, many themes. Gender politics, sexual orientation, climate change, social class, politics. I can keep on going on and on and on, and they're all in here. Immigration to a certain extent. What's the main theme? In a way, it's love, you could say. These characters' actions are through their love of someone. Now, that love may be deceptive, or it may be true, but it's still, that's the driving force. And that's the last sentence of the book as well. Not a big spoiler. I'm not saying what the sentence consists of, but love is the main thing in this book. Before I say my little outlandish statement, there's many different styles in this book. It's elegantly written in some bits. Some bits, there is a whole section without grammar. Don't worry, it's not going to confuse you. I found out it didn't have grammar like halfway through the section. And then it changes person. I think goes to the second person in the last 100 pages of the book. And then the ending is quite dazzling because it's scripted like a play, and we get the thoughts of each character on a single instance or situation. Not too many people can pull it off. I think it's pulled off rather well here. Okay, so my outlandish statement, I think this is going to win the Booker. I am sure it has a lot of things that, that Booker judges love and that you see in Booker winning books. Many different styles. You can read this many times. And there's kind of value to it. The characters are quite well developed. The writing's excellent, but again, it varies. But let's see what the remaining books are going to be like. Now, speaking of that, I have to take a Booker break. Not because I'm tired. Oh, this gets a full 10. I think you gather that. Anyway, so I am going to be taking a bit of a Booker break. The reason is because I have got 2 pending novels. This one is a proof which I have to read. I should finish it by Friday. I haven't started yet, but I think on Monday I'll be able to. And then for my IRL book club, we're reading A Fine Balance. Now, I have read this before. It didn't take me very long back then. But again, back then I was only 22 years old. Now I'm 45, nearly 45. So we'll see if age will play a part in my reading speed. Okay, then. I think that's it, and that's all I have to say.